Hey shooters, welcome back to the Shooters Resource Channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Colt King Cobra. This is a great .357 Magnum pistol, but before we get started, go ahead and take a second, hit that like and subscribe button, support the channel. All right, let's look at the firearm. This is the Colt King Cobra Target, and I was very impressed by this gun. Just the performance, the weight. I'm not a real big revolver guy, and I really appreciate my father-in-law loaning this to the channel so we could do a review on it. But I'm going to tell you what, after shooting it, I'm considering going out and getting one. This thing is just a really great revolver all the way around. Now, if you didn't know, the actual King Cobra that was reintroduced in 2019 is a 3-inch gun, and it's got rubber grips. But they've also come out with a carry gun, which is a 2-inch barrel. They've got two different ones. And then they've also come out with this one that I'm reviewing, which is their Target model. It's a 4 1/4 inch barrel, and it's very similar to the 4 1/4 inch Colt Python. But there are a few differences, and we'll touch on them in just a second. So, looking at it overall, they don't actually list a weight on the website. They do have the King Cobra's weight at 28 ounces, and they have the Colt Python 4 1/4 at 42 ounces. However, the Python has more steel than the Cobra, the King Cobra series. So I'm estimating that this gun is coming in closer probably to the low 30-ounce lineup, somewhere in that neighborhood. So as I mentioned, this is a double action, single action gun, and Colt is labeling it as reimagined or reintroduced when it was originally the King Cobra series was introduced in 1986. Now they've reintroduced or reimagined the new Snake series again, and they actually started with the Cobra, and that was in 2017. They came out with the Colt King Cobra in 2019. And the major difference is the just standard Cobra is 38 plus P, and it is double action only for all of its guns. It's mainly just a carry gun, whereas the King Cobra is the .357 Magnum version or Big Brother, and it has a couple single action, double action options, which I would prefer if I'm going to have a revolver. All right, let's check out that trigger pull on here. So let's go in single action first. You can see that the trigger goes almost all the way to the rear. And I mean, this thing is moving 1/8 of an inch and then it's braking. There's no over travel. It's just a great trigger. Revolvers are known for having really nice triggers, especially those that are well made. So there's no take up in single action. You're right there on the wall. And the wall's movement is about 1/16 of an inch, and that's it. And it's a zero over travel as mentioned. It's just a great trigger. It's probably somewhere around about three something in terms of weight. Might be 4 pounds. But just a really nice trigger. All right, let's try the double action. So the double action has very little take up. It just has a little play right here. Then you're hitting a really firm wall. And immediately you can feel the weight difference. That weight stacks right here at the rear. And then it breaks. And I'm going to guess that double action to be, it's got to be about 10 pounds. But saying that, it's still very buttery smooth, very easy to shoot, and keep on target. That double action is exactly what you would want if you had to use this in a defensive situation. But if you need accuracy, you can always go to single action. And you have almost nothing for a trigger pull. The double action on this revolver is buttery smooth. It really is, and it's very easy to shoot fast, consistent, and stay on target while shooting double action. When it comes to performance, this gun didn't let me down a bit. I really enjoyed shooting it. It had everything from bullseye accuracy, and I would even consider, if it wasn't so heavy and large, which I still probably would, consider carrying it as a carry pistol, especially in the deer woods. This would be a great sidearm to carry during hunting season. Not only can you take white-tailed deer with it, but it would be great for both two-legged and four-legged predators. Now, when I first started shooting this gun, I am not accustomed to shooting revolvers, so the grip, everything about it, the trigger and all that threw me off a little bit, and my accuracy was okay. But once I started warming up on it, it just really came to life, and I started doing some old school trick shooting and, just having a good time with this gun. Kind of the old shooting gallery style, and I really enjoyed it, guys. It was no problem for me to make hits on shotgun shells. I shot a .22 rifle, split a card, and just all of the above. It was just so easy. And I took it out to distance, out to 25 yards. All right, now let's see how many shots it takes for me to hit a water bottle at 25 offhand. There's no doubt I didn't have an opportunity to take this out to my hunting land and really stretch it out to 100+ yards. I know the gun would be more than capable. It's very easy to shoot. First shot was just to the left of the water bottle. So. And it puts them in there very, very tightly. But I was just able to just lay the hammer down with this thing out at 25 yards. All right, second shot. It was pretty easy. Now, one thing about Colts that is different compared to Smith & Wessons or other revolvers is it's kind of backwards. I mean, Smith & Wesson is the king of the hill when it comes to revolvers in terms of the volume of people that own them. They're very popular. They're very great revolvers. But not only does the cylinder turn in the opposite direction as the Smith & Wesson, but also the cylinder release is you have to pull it back towards the shooter to release that cylinder, which is kind of odd. I admit it. I've owned a few revolvers, and they've all been push-forward style, and I think I prefer that a little better. However, those that are loyal to Colt really like the Colt version. All right, let's talk about a few features on the gun. The Target version comes with Target sights, whereas the 3-inch King Cobra and the other models do not come with a rear sight. They just have a groove in the traditional revolver fashion. I am very happy to have the adjustable rear sights on this one. However, I did have to, when I started out, they were adjusted not properly for me. Again, this wasn't my gun, so I adjusted them. Once I realized that, I centered the sights, and when I was done, I adjusted them back to where they were. But the sights adjusted no problem. They held very well, and they were very easy to shoot accurately. The finish they state as brushed stainless. It doesn't look brushed to me at all. It's almost a nice bright finish stainless, but it's a little dull. I really like the finish on it. I wouldn't change it. The bridge of the gun kind of is matte, so that's very, very good in terms of keeping down the reflection of the sun while you're trying to shoot. The barrel, it's got a target crown on it so that you don't risk ruining the rifling. While it doesn't say match grade anywhere, it's capable of very great accuracy. But I just found that this was just a real joy to shoot. It has custom wood medallion grips that are Alta-mount wood. You can see you've got the Colt icon there, both in the stainless steel as well as on the grips. Also, you have King Cobra engraved in that legendary King Cobra head right there on the barrel. Now, this is manufactured in Hartford, Connecticut in the U.S., which is great. And it's very nice. I would say the looks of the revolver is very classic. It's got a great look to it, a great feel, very well balanced, and just an overall awesome firearm. If you're in the market for a new revolver, a target gun, a sidearm for hunting, or if you really like wheel guns all around, the Colt King Cobra Target model is one to look at. And while there might be a few things that set the Python apart from the King Cobra Target, like a taller, skeletonized bridge, a larger frame with more steel, walnut grips, and maybe a little better trigger. I haven't felt it, but I would imagine it would be. The Colt King Cobra Target is a great value at $500 cheaper, and it comes highly recommended from the channel. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and take a second, hit that like and subscribe button, support the channel. And as always, thank you all and God bless.